Ready when you are? Okay.
According to stateofobesity.org, 2016 study of the nation, the obesity rate in certain states in America are as high as 37.7% in adults and children's ages 10 to 17. That's roughly 1 in 3. Right there. The lowest is roughly 22.3% and 19% respectively, adults and children. It's still 1 in 5. It's nationwide. Now, a good portion of you here, you believe that you are health conscious on your decisions. But at the same time, there's a good portion of you that believe that you're still overweight. And then a good portion of you at the same time drink a lot of soda. And I'm talking a can a day to more than 2 cans every single day of soda. Did you know that too much sugar in the diet can lead to obesity, type 2 diabetes, as well as a plethora of other medical issues? I used to be almost 300 pounds myself. I get it. But over the course of the last 20 years, I have done a lot of research with foods. Multiple scientific reports, and just recently through English, I did a full paper regarding sucrose in the system, as well as a food presentation on Twinkies. It didn't really open my eyes completely with this book, but 37 ingredients in a Twinkie is absurd, when 5 of them are sugar. Today, I want to tell you that lowering sucrose intake in your diet can reduce or can lead to a healthier future. Today, I'm going to cover the high level of sugar that we do intake, steps to minimize sugar intake, as well as what it can do for us in the future, just by making a couple smart choices. So let's go ahead and begin. Let's dive in and talk cookies. According to the USDA, United States Drug and Food Drug Administration, they had economic research in the 1970s through 2005. And in that course of the time, we have increased our intake of calories by 47 grams on average, just from sugars. If you're not familiar about this, calories is energy. And if you don't use more energy when you intake more calories, it becomes straight fat. Growing up, peanut butter sandwiches were amazing, especially when you had jam and jellies in it. The one on the left here is Smucker's. It's one of the most bought jams, jellies, preserves, whatever you want to consider it, in the world, in the United States. And on the right side is Great Value, which is a Walmart brand. Smucker's, 12 grams of sugar. And yet down here, it's only 8 grams. Serving size is 1 tablespoon. I use like 3 or 4. I'll be honest, I'm human. Now, if you look at the other side, the people that do drink the sodas, Mountain Dew, in a 120-ounce bottle, we have roughly 77 grams of sugar in a full bottle. I don't like it, I like Dr. Pepper. 64 grams. It's insane. According to the American Heart Association, AHA, they recommend for females 6 teaspoons of sugar per day, whereas males, we can get 9. 1 bottle of Mountain Dew destroys you for a couple of days. Because of this, you are more at risk of type 2 diabetes. You have a better chance of getting fatty liver tissue, which is completely a whole scenario that you don't want to be in, as well as multiple heart diseases. So, don't get me wrong. I like to splurge. Come on, it's almost 300 pounds for crying out loud. But how do we get better? How do we go from here? simple step of reading the nutrition label. You may not know what everything is, but over the course of time, as you look at it, you'll start to understand, hey, this is a big number compared to this one. Well, if you had an item such as the jams, one was 12 grams of sugar and one was 8. Wouldn't it make more sense to go with the less sugar? Especially if you know you're going to be couch potato playing video games all day? Right. Also, when you look at the ingredients list, and you notice that sugar is the second ingredient, and high fructose corn syrup is the third ingredient, and corn syrup is the fourth ingredient, that's 3 sets of sugars in 4 items. Makes you really open your eyes. Other things you can do, again with sodas, is you can switch how you intake them. Just by drinking a can of soda every day and switching every other day to a diet, yes, I said the magical word that everyone hates, diet soda. Did you know that in the course of 2 weeks switching to a can of diet soda saves you the amount of sugar in just over 15.5 scoops of chocolate ice cream? Just by switching to jams can save you 4 grams per serving, also about 15.5. So now that we talked about how to get cleaner, health-wise, what does it actually do for you in the long run? Well, if you decrease your sugar and in turn your calories, you can fight obesity, which is the #1 issue with America today, as far as health concerns. Less sugar, you get a less chance of to create an insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, having to poke yourself every day to check your blood. You can also live a healthier life overall. The ability to go outside and not sweat just for going there. One thing that a lot of people like to do is go on hikes. Or if this really isn't your style, go for a bike ride. You're not going to get winded as easily just because of what you eat or drink. But more importantly, and this is my perspective, I can eat whatever I want. Making a couple simple choices throughout the day, throughout the week. Whenever I decide that I want that cookie, I can get that cookie. I'm okay with that. I don't have that regret. So let's go ahead and recap of this sweet little ride that we've partaken together. Today I covered how lowering sugar in your diet can lead to a healthier future. I went over the high levels of sugar that we intake, the steps to minimize the amount that we consume, and what it can do for us in the future. So I want you all to go out today. I want you, when you go to the stores, even the gas stations, because that's widely popular, just look at the nutritional facts of what you're buying. Just be observant. Think, do you need that larger size specialty coffee, frappuccinos? Do you need a liter of soda when you can get away with a can? And do you need that second donut? Save the sugar. Save your health. Thank you.
I do.
I need more soda to go on top of my milkshake.
I'll forgive you, yeah.
Any questions? Got you.
Well, you made me feel bad for him, because I'm not going to request it, so.
If you just went sugar-free, you would actually be a lot better off than most people. Yes.
How often do you drink soda?
Actually, I only drink soda maybe every other week, whenever, like, if we go out. But usually I try and stick to lemonades, which really isn't much better. For the first time in many, many years, yesterday we went out for dinner, or for lunch, and I had Diet Coke.